Before we get into today's video, if you're new and you like basketball, I really think you would love this channel. So if you haven't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified whenever I release a video. I try to upload new daily on this channel, and I really think if you like basketball, you would love this channel, and subscribing and hitting the notification bell would be a big help in helping me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. I know that probably sounded a little weird, but doing that would mean a lot to me. Let's get right into the video though. This is different from my normal videos. This is more of a rant style video, talking about like why I believe the NBA should just postpone play as of right now. And the first thing that happened is I got a notification from Sam's on my phone like 20 minutes ago, and some things popped up. We'll talk about those things later. But Rose posted something. I don't have Rose notifications on. I don't even follow Rose, I'll be honest with you. Ever since the Kyrie thing, I just kind of never messed with him. That's a whole other story for a whole other time. But according to the NBA and NBPA, there's a 2-week window, and they're going to include protocols during these 2 weeks, where they say no hugging or interactions with rival players on the court pre and post game, reduce social interactions during game, including tapping hands during free throws, things like that. It makes sense. Okay. And then I do want to talk about what Sam's said, because he had some things. First of all, he said this, and this was the funniest one to me. NBA players are now only allowed to elbow or fist bump when socializing pre and post game, and maintain 6 feet of social distancing. I just found that funny because they're really just saying like once the game ends, like just walk out the court. I think that's the best way to deal with it. Like, I know sportsmanship's a thing. Like, wave, like just say, hey, good game, and wait as you wave away, and then go. You don't interact with them. Really, I think that's the best way to handle it, instead of saying, oh, you must be 6 feet apart, but you can still fist bump or elbow bump. Which really 6 feet for these players is not a lot of distance to cover because of their wingspans. Like, their wingspans alone, they can reach each other, like just based off being 6 feet apart, and they would still be able to, high five and things like that. They also mentioned a new face mask rule, which is something that I believe the NBA should have had implemented from the start, which is players must wear masks on the bench at all times, including in the locker room. Just something I thought they should have had from the jump. Glad they're enforcing it now, though, which is really good. And the final thing as of now that he's posted about it is, for the next 2 weeks, NBA players and team staff are essentially entering in-market bubbles. Remain in residence at all time, except for exercise outside, essential activities, extraordinary circumstances, things like that. And when you're on the road, stay in hotel unless team activity or emergency. Basically, it's a house arrest. I know that you live in really nice homes, but still, they're basically saying stay in your home or stay in your hotel room, don't do anything, things like that. You might be wondering why the video is titled hashtag Adam Silver is over party. And if you follow me on Twitter, at Noah _Terranova, link in the description below, you know that I'm not the most fond of Adam Silver as the commissioner of the NBA. I've been very vocal about it recently, considering what's been going on. I don't think he's handled the situation well at all. Now, that's not to say that he hasn't done good things. The Donald Sterling thing was amazing. I'll be honest with you. It was powerful. But this situation isn't good, and he isn't handling it well. I don't think he's handling it responsibly. You look at the thing with Harden, Harden was breaking protocol multiple times. Of course, we have that infamous not a strip club excuse, things like that. But Adam Silver let him off the hook because, and I quote, it was Christmas. Like, yeah, a guy's breaking protocol and potentially putting guys' lives at risk, but we'll let him get away with it because it's Christmas. Like, who does that? the fact that he made the Sixers play. I don't think the Sixers should have been forced to play with only 8 players and that many guys out, with the virus, or at least with like health safety protocol, things like that. I don't think they should have played. I think that the amount of postponed games so far and the amount of people that are getting the case, and the inconsistency in teams that are being forced to postpone and forced to, have players on the safety protocol list, like, it's just so inconsistent to me, and it's not being handled well. Look at this. Just look at this. Now, pause the video if you have to, because I do think you should read this. But after you do read this, what did you think? Were you shocked? Were you appalled? Did you think it was stupid? Because that's what I thought. You know what they basically were saying? Players can't get the virus when they're playing the games. Now, let me tell you right off the bat why this is ridiculous. The NBA is a basketball league. Basketball is a contact sport. There's contact when you draw fouls. There's contact on even just normal contests. You're close to other people when players are playing defense, when they're on the free throw line, things like that. People are sweating. People are breathing heavily as the game goes on, and people get fatigued. And everyone is touching the same basketball for 48 minutes of gameplay. And that doesn't just include players, that includes referees. So that's upwards of 20 plus people. There are a lot of ways you can potentially catch a contagious virus while playing basketball. And to act like that isn't the main reason, but act like pre-game, post-game, and when they're at home is, and they all are factors as well. I'm not going to say that they aren't, but it's very clear to me that, playing the games is the main factor in all of this. And the NBA refuses to take care of it. And Adam Silver is trying to go around all the situations. Basically, what the NBA and Adam Silver is saying is not playing patty cake on the court is going to prevent the virus. That's what's going to prevent it. Being socially distanced in pregame and socially distanced in postgame and wearing your masks all the time, that's going to stop it. I'm not going to act like those things couldn't help, because I do think those things could help to slow things down with the virus and, potentially get things better. But it kind of all goes away when these players get on the court and they're fouling and they're contesting shots and they're playing tight defense and they're close to each other in the free throw line. It kind of just ruins the whole point of everything you do pre-game, post-game, in the locker rooms, things like that. And the protocols that you made for guys at home or in hotel rooms. So I think that's the problem. The problem is Adam Silver in the NBA, they don't want to solve the main problem, which is playing the games. And this is serious. This is something that could potentially be life or death scenario for some people. A decent amount of people, actually. And it's not just about the people in the stadium. It's not just about stadium employees and players and coaches and officials. It's about their families as well when they go home. And what happens then, and the people that, the families are around. And then those people are around other people, and it just spreads. And that's the problem. This is why we have seen such a bad situation in the NBA. And it's also why we just haven't improved on the situation in general as a country. And it bothers me. It bothers me, to see adults that are in charge of multi-billion-dollar companies like the NBA and just go around the problems and go around the main issue. It bothers me. They're trying to do everything except solve the main problem. And I know why the NBA won't address this main problem. It's obvious. It's money. The NBA loves to make money. But that doesn't change the fact right now that the product they're putting out is not safe and it's not healthy. It's really bad. People's lives are being put at risk through basketball. And I'll be honest with you, I love basketball. It's my favorite sport. I make content about it. I'm trying to make a career out of this. But at the end of the day, it's not worth life or death. It's not worth putting innocent people that work really hard at risk of not only getting a virus, but potentially dying. It's not worth it. And the NBA needs to realize that, no matter how much money you make, it won't be worth it if people, are dying and people, are put in unsafe scenarios and are risking their lives. It's just, again, not worth it. And again, I'll say it. my belief is they should postpone the season and try to figure things out. It doesn't matter if it'll take a week, it doesn't matter if it'll take a month, it doesn't matter if it'll take 2, 3, maybe 4 months. I just want the product to be safe and healthy. And I don't care how long it takes them to get a safe and healthy product, but I hope they take as much time as they need to develop a safe and healthy product. Because I love basketball, I love watching it, but I also want to see people safe. I don't want to see people's lives at risk. I don't want, to see, life and death scenarios over a basketball game. I just don't like seeing stuff like that. It's just, how I am as a person. Maybe you're different, but that's just me. And I feel like, the NBA needs to solve things. And there's a lot of things that aren't being solved that they need to solve. And Adam Silver needs to figure things out as well.